Hi everybody, welcome back to the Bright Family Homestead. I'm a little bit overdue for our second garden tour. So, we're going to try to quickly do it on my break. And let's cross our fingers without interruption. So here we go. All right, item number 1 is our mystery plant. And we've got stuff growing. So that bloom has not opened yet. I'm wondering if it's not a spaghetti squash. I feel like it should be vinier. It is, but we did have a fence around the garden last year, and we did have spaghetti squash over here that grew up that fence. Which reminds me, we need to get a fence up because the chickens are going to take over before we know it. So, all right, onward we go. Onion bed. I don't know, there's not a whole lot to say about onions. These are the radishes, they're just still here. Just seeing what happens. No harm in that, right? All right, bed number 2. Paul Robeson. I don't think he grew at all. We're just going to let him be. I don't have anything else to put there. This one is an Abe Lincoln. He has grown significantly. Looks like we have some blossoms starting. I don't actually have him tied to that stake. I just staked him. Black Brandywine. It's growing. Better than that Paul Robeson. But not as great as these other ones. It makes me wonder. And then this is a black Ver something. I'm going to have to look it up. Next week tour, I will know it. This bed. So we planted something here. Nothing grew. So then I planted carrots. Carrots take forever. I actually read the back of the package the other day. I don't even remember what it was now, but it's over 2 weeks. So I don't know. That might be why we don't have anything yet. This little guy, though, might be one of the original things that we planted. Or it might be a weed. I don't know. These 3 are the peppers that I put in just to see if they would grow. I don't know that they have. Whatever. It is what it is. I think these beds were more for spring and fall crops. So we'll wait till later on and we'll plant some more stuff and that we can harvest in the fall. Like the radishes and carrots and whatnot. This was a lettuce that it was like a fancy mix. I need to just pull it out and feed it to the horses next time they're at the fence. This, I don't remember if this was, this has to be like a cabbage or something. I think it was cabbage and kohlrabi that I tried to put here. Whatever. It is what it is. Here is empty. But I just want to show you, I did work this soil quite a bit. And I don't know, we got a nice amount of rain, so that really helped me work it down. And in my last garden tour video, I talked about our seed library, having that class on making seed tape and actually making mats. Look at that. I don't know if you could. Oh, right there in the center, there's a butterfly. There was 2 of them over there. They caught my attention, and that's pretty exciting because that might be the 4th and 5th butterfly I have seen this year. Okay. So after that seed tape class, I was super excited, and I came home and I made a ton of these seed tapes using paper towels. It was more for like the square foot gardening idea. Well, then I ran into the problem of, looky there. That is so exciting. Do I let them just sit on the shelf? Because that's what I use in that first bed. Backtrack. I'm like a space cadet today. So I wasn't going to use them. I figured it was a failure thing. But you know what? I decided instead of letting them sit on the shelf that I would actually do something with them. And there's all kinds of little things coming up. Of course, now I didn't mark anything. I think they were mainly radishes. I know there was some breakfast blend and these big, yeah, it was mainly radishes and then some flowers, I think. Okay. Strawberries. I came through yesterday and picked all the ones that the grandkids missed. Really wasn't a whole lot. Just rinse them off, stand in the kitchen and eat them. I did, however, gardening failure for this year. I broadcast a bunch of dill seeds through here and over here. Not thinking about the fact that now I have to hand pull weeds because I can't use my hoe if the dill's coming up. And be honest with you, because we planted dill here last year too. I don't know that I really see any baby dill coming up. But it might be like carrots and take forever. I'd have to read a package. Zucchini and summer squash. We have all the spots where our store-bought ones died or we didn't plant a store-bought one. We did plant seeds. And so those are coming in. There's a dragonfly. Today, maybe now that the rain's gone, maybe our pollinators will come and visit us. That would be pretty great because we don't have bees. And we had talked to a guy about bringing bees out. And so he would get the honey, I would get the pollinators, he would get the work. Sounded like a great deal for me. But our roads have just been too wet, too yucky. And so there's Junior, my buddy. So it just didn't work out, and I think we've missed that opportunity. I think he placed those beehives elsewhere for this year. So maybe we'll have to entertain the idea for next year for ourselves or try again with him. So last year we got a bunch of pumpkins from farmers markets and whatnot, and we saved a ton of seeds. Now, of course, our labeling on these seeds was pink pumpkin, blue pumpkin, green pumpkin. So I don't know names, but I think that barrel, which does not have anything coming up, or bucket, was the Big Macs, and then these little tiny little decorative pumpkins. And the rest of these are gourds and pumpkins from seeds we saved. So it's really exciting that those are the ones coming up. Her germination rate was pretty awesome because it looks like both seeds that she put in every hole germinated. So that's good to know. We do have more pumpkins over there. We'll visit those in a minute. These are watermelon and melons of sorts. I let the kids come in and plant, and then whatever didn't come up the same time as everything else, I gave it a couple more days, and then I went and planted more seeds. So I don't know what's what besides this guy, and that is the Moon and Stars, or Stars and Moon, from Baker Creek. And this around it actually has nothing to do with the watermelon. It was more of a funny I did because the dogs keep coming out here and rolling around. But since that is the only one I think that is planted, that's the Stars and Moon, I might leave it on there just to protect it. See, like there's a dog doing its infamous back roll. These are bush beans, pole beans, bush beans, pole beans. I'm really discouraged by the germination that we got on any beans this year. I feel like it really stunk. But I'll take what we can get. This whole row right here is cucumbers, obviously except for the cabbage at the end. And it looks like there's a couple spots that are empty, so I might have to come back in and plant some more seeds, and we'll just have a couple plants that are a little bit farther behind everybody else. And that might be beneficial for us. Most of them do get turned into pickles. So here's more pumpkins. The girls are building a fort under the tree. I don't know if you can see it. I'm really kind of concerned with how far down they're digging their holes, though. So we may have to have a talk about that. And I'm not sure what Junior's digging for them. So, okay. Pumpkins. Oh, this bucket's finally got somebody peeking up. That's exciting. And then we have that one. So that's very great. Peppers. You know, I'm not really going to walk down the things. We have albino bullnose, yellow monsters, Ozark giants. I think they're called Kerbachi. They're long, skinny sweet peppers. Tabasco. Peach. Sugar Rush peach. Habanero and jalapeno. And now I will take any advice that anybody has for pruning pepper plants, because these guys look like little bushes. Some of them do. And I wonder if I pruned them up, if that would help them want to grow taller, because I don't feel like they're growing like the tomato plants. Tomato plants are really growing. Fortunately, I really don't have the tomatoes labeled even half as well as I do the pepper plants. So, like, I know I think it's Martino's, Romas, Lucid Gems, Dark Galaxy, Blue Goldberries, Blueberry, Brad's Atomic Grape, Abe Lincoln's. I mean, some of these have little blossoms. So exciting. This little guy looks like he got broke, but he's got buds on him, so might just have to come and try to stake him in the ground where he's at to get him to go towards the fence that we put up. Over here we have cucumbers in these empty spots, and the ones that came up, some did not. So maybe we'll try planting something else there. The cabbage, I thought kind of looks good. We've never grown cabbage, so I'm just guessing that they look good. Some of our tomato plants are really tiny, and then other ones are nice and big. I think I'm going to leave this big old blossom just because I want to see what happens with it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I feel like everything's really grown. So, fingers crossed that we have even more growth, and maybe even some little tiny baby tomatoes starting to grow come next week's video. So, I think that's all I have. And maybe later this afternoon I can go out and make a quick video on our berry bushes that we've planted. I mean, they're not doing anything by any means yet. And they're kind of hard to see with the weeds. I need to go buy a weed whacker. It's just something I don't think about. Hi, Snaggletooth. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a great day and enjoying the beautiful weather. I will catch you on the next video.